Hello, my name is Matthias Cavodi. Like to welcome guys to my channel. Today we're going to cover a 5-part miniseries called Carnage. It came out way back in 2010, where you have Spider-Man teaming up with Iron Man to deal with one of Spidey's deadliest foes. And the weird thing is, it's that the story does revolve more around Iron Man than Spidey. Spidey's sort of there for the ride. And so it has a pretty interesting angle to it. Before I spoil the hell out of it, it's a fun read. It's nothing groundbreaking. It doesn't change the status quo of any of these two characters. We do have the return of Carnage in the normal Marvel universe. That does change because he was dead up until this point. He was ripped in half by a Sentry in New Avengers, I think 1 or 2, during that big jailbreak. So I'm going to tell you guys what I liked, what I didn't like, and first, right off, I love Clayton Crain's art. I really love his style in general. I have issues with his coloring, though. He colors his own work. And here, like, everything's bright and defined. You can understand what the hell's going on. But other moments, he uses too much black. Like here, yeah, flat black at moments. And so he sort of hides the details, or maybe if there's sloppy work, you can't tell. That's the problem. Like here we have the return of Doppelganger, who was he was actually like a minion that popped up for the first time during the Infinity War, and then he sort of stuck around. He became sort of like a pet to Shriek, who was Carnage's girlfriend, and was sort of a part of the whole Maximum Carnage crossover. So he's back, and aesthetically, he's an interesting villain. So it's a shame you can't see in Clayton Crain. You seem to see he's done some changes to his design, but you can't see too much of it. So what happens at the beginning of the story? This dude called Michael Hall, he's presenting this new type of cybernetic technology that's like light years ahead of anything anyone's been able to do in the Marvel Universe. And this has Tony Stark pretty much intrigued, because this is also far, far more advanced than anything that this guy, Michael Hall, was doing prior to this. So Tony Stark is pretty suspicious over the whole situation. He knows that something's wrong. He's probably stole this technology, or he's using stuff he shouldn't be using, some maybe alien technology. So he wants to investigate this Hall guy. So we have Doppelganger. He's going after this armored transport truck. He's on the attack. Here, like, you can see Clayton Crain's art perfectly. Light, color, the whole 9 yards. Fantastic drawing. But as we go on in the story, it gets darker and darker and darker. Like, there's pages where you have to struggle. And not only in this crossover, I have in his X-Force run too, things get just way too dark. So I have to stop bitching about that. So Iron Man and Spidey team up to stop Doppelganger, who's attacking this armored vehicle. But things start to go crazy. People start to riot. There's pandemonium all around them, because this transport truck is actually moving Shriek from one installation to another. During this whole situation, Shriek's therapist, I don't remember if she's a psychologist or psychiatrist, she jumps in, tries to help, but she loses her arm during this whole situation thanks to these two douchebags that arrive in body armor. And they take control of the situation, and they use this really weird technology, and like they're using this weird type of webbing to control the situation. So Iron Man and these guys' body armors were created by this dude called Michael Hall. So this raises Tony Stark's suspicions even more. What we discover in this story, like, if you're interested, go and read it, because I'm going to spoil the central part of the story. This Michael Hall guy actually found Carnage's corpse floating around Earth, frozen. He was left there by Sentry when he ripped him in half during that story. Brings him back down and uses the Carnage symbiote to create this fusion of technology and symbiote. So that's where he's building these armors from and creating this cybernetic technology. He's harvesting the Carnage symbiote to get this. So Tony Stark makes this discovery. He calls Spider-Man. He says, "We got to fix this situation. Get and make sure that this Hall dude destroys all of his tech, destroys all the samples, destroys the Carnage symbiote, the whole 9 yards." Like, I'm really struggling because with this, it's a compilation issue. It's pretty thick and it's really hard to keep it open. So you're gonna see my hand going in the middle too much. So things go from bad to worse. Carnage does escape using that psychiatrist that lost her arm previously. Her cybernetic technology actually takes control of her mind because it has part of the Carnage symbiote in it. Breaks the symbiote free, joins with this lady, is able to escape, and what we discover after being able to escape from control of Iron Man and Spider-Man, like here, like again, there's too much black. I know they wanted to make contrast, but look at some of these pages. here, too much black. We discover that Cletus Cassidy, Carnage's main host that's always been around, he's insane as fuck. He's dangerous. He has cybernetic legs. The symbiote goes after Cletus back to his old host. And this really elevates the stakes because Cletus Cassidy is very dangerous. So Carnage hits the streets, starts trying to kill people left and right, starting to do normal Carnage stuff. These armored dudes that working with Michael Hall, they sort of rebel against their boss because Michael Hall was planning to sell these body armors like the Guardsman armors as a new generation of security or of soldiers and stuff like that. They do rebel. They join Iron Man and Spider-Man to try to take down Carnage. And what Carnage does is uses the symbiotes within these guys and becomes this Carnage technology monster hybrid. That's totally awesome. And it's, look, Carnage obviously kills all these guys in the body armors while he does it. So it's like a mix of human bodies, symbiote technology. It's really gross. And really brings the battle to the heroes. Like even Iron Man, he has an insane level of firepower. He's having a real hard time trying to deal with this new Carnage mech Hulk. Like, the battle's pretty cool. And we also get the introduction of like the introduction of a new character. Look at Iron Man, like with all his weapons, he tries to blast the hell out of this mech Carnage. But he doesn't even make him budge. The character that we get is this new hybrid technology symbiote character called Scorn that I'm not sure we ever see outside of this story. Like, aesthetically, it's pretty interesting. Even the colors that Clayton Crain uses for this character are really cool. I'm interested in seeing this character, but as I said before, I don't know if she ever pops up after this. So obviously at the end, the heroes are able to defeat Carnage. But it's a pretty fun story. Like, I did spoil it for you, and I bitched about Clayton Crain's artwork through the whole thing. But it's worth a while to go out and read. So I'm going to see you guys next time, and bye.